Hello and welcome to Biophobia, the city-locked Ultimate Ironman. This series has been inspired by multiple other Ultimate Ironman concepts that are sort of snowflakes and have been, looking for accounts that satisfy their interest in RuneScape, and I'm no exception. I've always loved the game. I just wanted to find something very different after I was trying to find some interest in spamming the collection log on my main. I just really wanted to play an Ironman, but it didn't fulfill me, so I play this Ultimate Ironman. I wanted to play something that was a unique concept again, something that people haven't done. I saw a very small video about somebody doing something similar to me, but it didn't really get very far in the series. There are a few exceptions I'll be making, and I'll put together a video explaining all rules and exceptions for the account, because obviously a lot of this is going to be different, and we need to make sure that the content is viewable and enjoyable, but also that the account can actually progress. But then also there are enough restrictions so that I am actually still just not playing a regular Ultimate Ironman. I've had a lot of fun putting this together over time. These clips are quite old at this point. The challenge here starts in Varrock. I chose to start in Varrock because the city is you can basically progress in it as opposed to in Lumbridge. So without further ado, I hope you enjoy these videos, and yeah.
Radio station in your favorite radio city, the city by the bay, the city that rocks, the city that never sleeps.
Marconi plays the bamba. Listen to the radio. Don't you remember? We built this city. We built this city on rock and roll. We built this city.
So, we've arrived in Varrock. So the first steps I've got to take really are going to be a bit confusing because there's not really much I can actually do around Varrock. I think the plan is basically to go pickpocket men because I can get some money from them. I'm just checking the shop to see if there's anything else I can really buy or anything, but there's nothing really around. So the idea was basically to try and find any kind of money to get repeatably. So, just looking around, I can see that there's a tea stall, which should be good to get my HP back from when I fell pickpocketing. But I need 5 thieving for that, so that would be a good mini goal to aim for first, once I'm actually doing this thieving. I'm just looking here, there's not much in the general store actually, so I don't know where I'm going to get things like an axe if I want to train wood cutting, for example, or a pickaxe, but I mean, I'm sure it is possible, but I just need to explore the possibilities a bit more. But yeah, that's really the charm of these types of accounts, so I'm looking forward to that. And again, just briefly thinking ahead, I think the goal of this thieving and GP making will be basically to get to 37 magic, so that I can get to Faldor, or just to train magic in general, and search for ways to get lore runes. Because if we have a lore rune, I can teleport to Lumbridge via home teleporting, get what I need there, and actually return to Varrock afterwards. So that would be really awesome. Because it's basically, as far as I did my brief research on, there's no way to get a lore rune in Lumbridge, just why I've started in Varrock. Alright. Oh. Man, having to wait for HP to regen here is actually really annoying. Can't wait to actually get to the tea store so I don't have to wait until my HP's regen to actually carry on, but yeah, it's pretty annoying. So, quick little discovery here. I decided to look a bit more closely while I was waiting for my HP to regen, and I realised there's some cabbages here on the south side of Varrock, which is far better than just waiting. Make sure to pet the dog for good luck. Yeah, so at least we have some way of healing, so that'll be really helpful. Is there anything in these sacks? No, oh well. So here we are. Just coming up to 5 thieving. There we go. Nice. Yeah, oh, there we go. Getting up to quite a lot of thieves in a row here. It's not very common that I actually get this many in a row. Ah, there we go. Whatever. But yeah. So, with that, the next goal I'm going to have to set as guards. I mean, if we take a look on the map, the kind of things we can actually do in Varrock are really limited. So, I mean, I can technically do warrior women, but I don't think they're going to be massively better than just doing men when considering the fail rate. So, yeah, doing guards is going to be a good idea for a first goal and seems like a decent grind to work towards. This will also give me a decent chunk of cash, hopefully, and then I can buy an air staff with it and start training some magic. And yeah, I'm finally getting some tea as well, which is super nice. So I was just checking on the wiki for tea, and it seems like they heal for 3 each, which is like 3 times more than what I was having with cabbages before. So that's pretty good. So yeah, I should really pretty easily be able to get a full inventory of tea now whenever I need it. Yeah, so that should be really useful. And the other obvious benefit of having tea here is that I actually get a decent amount more thieving XP from doing this than I would do with men. Although I still don't think it's worth to stop training at men, just because of the added GP benefit, which is, you know, the main reason I'm doing this anyway. So, but yeah, this should be a lot nicer to trade now. So let's keep cracking on. Oh, boys, I'm being attacked. I'm on the wrong side of Varrock. So the first mini goal I need to complete before 40 thieving is a Staff of Air, which costs 1500 GP from Zath Staves and Varrock. And I'm a decent way into that now and making some steady progress towards it, but I just wanted to check something whilst before I get through to that. I have these empty cups of tea, which I can't actually sell back to the shop immediately. And if I sell them, so the tea shop immediately, and if I sell them to the general store as empty, then they actually sell for nothing. But if I fill them up at the fountain just before, then they actually sell back for 6 GP each, which is actually huge, because I'm only getting 3 GP per pickpocket, so it will slowly add up along the way, which is very nice. And here I've just finished the first sort of main trip of pickpocketing, and I'm making some good progress towards everything now. And there we have it, 1500 GP. So yeah, I can now finally go and buy my Staff of Air. Yeah, it took quite a bit longer than anticipated, and actually we're going to need a lot more than this to actually get going with the magic training, so I need a lot of mind runes and eventually move on to Fire Strike. But yeah, it's nice to have this so far. It took quite a while just to get even this, but yeah, man, this feels great to have on the account. It really feels like we're getting going now. And we ended up getting 20 thieving, if you're interested, from getting this, so making some progress towards 40. Right, and let's buy the mind runes that we need. There we go. Yep. So we are a bit further along now, and I've just bought 144 mind runes with the money that I've actually made so far. So I think it's a good time to use all these casts up. So yeah, I'm hoping this will get me to at least Fire Strike. But even if I do get to Fire Strike, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to use all the casts. Or, you know, 'cause I won't have enough money to buy more casts basically. And I'm just trying to think as well what would be best to actually use all these casts on, because I think that I've got the options are Moth Giants, Guards, or maybe like some Rats or some Men or something. There's nothing really crazy I can get drop-wise from much around Varrock, but yeah, I just need to think about what I actually want to use them on. So I've just settled on killing Giant Rats for now. I know I could probably use these casts on something better, but at this point I just want to quickly get rid of these runes and just get the XP from them. Yeah, there is a safe spot near the west bank in Varrock for guards, which I do want to try actually now that I think about it. I mean, you know, they could drop me money and a couple of other random items, so I just want to go and see what they drop actually, because I had thought these giant rats would be good, but actually after killing them now, I feel like it's just a bit better to do guards instead. So I think I'll head up there now and do that. So I suppose the best case scenario would be to get either more money from the guards or an iron dagger or some kind of melee weapon so that I can train my combat stats in the future a little bit. So that would be really useful. I guess at least I could cook this meat, but I think there's probably no point killing rats. Just want to get rid of these casts and see what I can get. Oh man, that's a nature rune. That's quite rare from a guard actually. I think they're 1 in 128. So yeah, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that. As I say, the best thing I can really hope for from these is either an iron dagger, or actually, to be honest, something like this, because I think I can sell this to the general store for a decent amount of GP, which is in turn more casts. So yeah, I'll definitely take those, because there's nothing really special or crazy I can actually get from guards. Oh, there's our magic level. Yeah, and we're making our way through these casts. Hopefully we'll get to get some more soon. And that was my last cast of mine runes that I have. All those runes ended up getting me about halfway through 10 magic, so next inventory, or next set of casts that I do, should sort me out for 13 magic and 5 strike, so that's really good. I'm really not sure what I'm going to do long term actually though, because this is a lot of cast and a lot of time to get any progress towards getting these teleports. I still think it's the best thing to do, but it is just kind of hitting me like how long this is going to take. Yeah. Well, let's carry on. I thought I'd just try and cook the rat meat that I got from earlier. This will determine whether the account is lucky or unlucky. Oh dear, it was. Oh dear. Oh well. And I'm just going to sell the nature rune that I got. There we go. Ooh. 72 GP, not too bad actually. So I haven't talked about how I'm actually going to do quests on this account yet, and I'm going to go into greater detail in the rules and exceptions video that's actually linked in the description, but just for our purposes today, all we need to know that is if a city has a teleport, like such as Ardoon or something that is explicitly locked behind a quest, then I will make an exception to do that quest so that I can use the teleport to get to the city. Because imagine, for example, like I can't use Ardoon as a city just because the quest arbitrarily locks my account out using the teleport. Obviously the game was not made for a restricted account like mine, but I also don't want to make exceptions all over the place. The only exceptions I want to make are for requirements to get to cities where they are the only way to get to the city. Because the point of the account is to be locked to cities and not to be locked out of cities, basically. And all the content that I'm doing will be within cities. I'll still be doing things like getting all the items for the quest within my bounds that I can do within my bounds, and all the levels in my bounds. And with this, we should be at 30 thieving. We're really making progress now, not far off. I've been spending a lot of time in Varrock recently, and I feel like we are in dire need of some fashionscape. Our options are quite limited, but actually I think this red cape will do. We've also got access to this fancy clothes shop on the other side of Varrock, which I can actually pick up some magic offense bonus with a wizard's hat here, so that's actually pretty cool. Ooh, now this is a sight for sore eyes. They gave me a sapphire. I was hoping to give me some money. I think I'll be able to sell that for some decent GP again, but I was really happy for some random event money because it actually could be quite a bit of help towards getting something, because it's so slow with 3 GP per pickpocket. Yeah. Come on. Yeah! We did it! Let's go! Yeah, I've been keeping track of how many pickpockets in a row I can get without failing, because the fail rate here is still really, really high. For some reason, I'm not really sure why. But anyway, I just got 28 in a row. That's super cool, like a full stack of pickpockets, or whatever the coin pouches are called, from men. So that was pretty good to get. So we're getting very close to 40 thieving now. Well, actually not so close, but I'm just thinking about what I actually will want to start killing with the casts of Fire Strike that I'm going to get. So there's a few monsters that are within the boundaries of Varrock that will actually drop runes, and a couple that will drop lore runes. One of which seemed to be the obvious answer, was moss giants in the Varrock sewer. But while it does sound like an attractive option, to actually get there I need to walk through the sewers, which involves walking past skeletons, ghosts, and red spiders, which are all all aggressive, and I've only got 10 HP, so that sounds a little bit scary to me. The safer option though does seem to be that there's a barbarian woman in the Blue Moon Bar Inn. This has I think a 1 in 128 chance of dropping a lore rune. It is a low chance, but at this point, I only need 1 or 2 to really start doing things with the account, so I think that's what I'm going to be doing. Also, just got another item for the collection log, so that's pretty cool. I'm trying to fill some of these out passively over time, and that'll be nice. Plus, I get sick fashion scape, looking dapper. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. This sucks. Not happening again. Yeah, so uncommon. Another random event. What are we gonna get? Oh, yes, we got some money. That's actually super nice. It actually saves me so many pickpockets. Oh, that's crazy how much I like that. And we're so close to being done now. In the next couple of thieves, I will be 40 thieving. Yeah, this has been a surprisingly long grind. I've pickpocketed 3,987 men to complete this goal, and obviously that's like 8 XP per pickpocket, 3 GP per pickpocket. And you also have to understand that I fail so much at this level, and especially at the lower levels, so this actually ended up being about a 9 or 10 hour grind, which I suppose isn't that much, but it was a lot more than I was expecting just to be able to get a few casts of Fire Strike and some thieving XP, 40 thieving, so yeah, on to Fire Strike. Let's go pick up some mind runes for our airstrike cast first. Yeah, so I will be killing the barbarian woman in the pub over there. We'll see if we can get any lore runes from them, but we'll have quite a lot of casts, so should be able to get something. I've just done a couple of kills. I've just realised I wanted to go get my wizard hat back for magic offense. And that's 13 magic on a kill. So yeah, that means I can use Fire Strike now. So I guess it's time to go and sell my staff and pick up a fire staff and do some more casts. And so we'll need to pick up quite a lot of air runes now as well. Let's go back and kill the barbarian again then. Not any lore runes yet, but hopeful. And there we go, to prayer, first prayer level on the account. Also managed to get 15 magic so far. I've just dropped my first beginner clue scroll. I don't know if these are doable actually. I feel like they must be somewhat doable, right? We could do that, I guess. So I'll hold on to it for now, see if it's doable. Pretty cool to do a clue scroll on the account. So I just got a clue scroll on the kill before, and it's a clue scroll easy, and I just dropped a ring mold as well. And these are both also 1 in 128 drops from a barbarian, so yeah, no lore rune, but I've hit the other 2 items that are on the same rarity as it. So that kind of sucks. Yeah, this clue scroll, the easy one, was not doable. It was like a mud skipper point one, so I couldn't actually get down there to do it. So sucks. But still got plenty of casts to go. Running a nice loop here. It's going quite well. I'm sure I'll get a lore rune before I can do too much. Okay, just dropped a flyer as well. That's another of the 1 in 128 drops. Oh dear. All very unique items. It's very odd these items actually drop from a barbarian. And it's kind of odd that, yeah, I don't know, it's just very odd. That's cooked meat, sorry. Which is also, guess what, 1 in 128. Yikes. It's only need beer, and then I've gone through every other drop that's 1 in 128, but not lore runes. I just got a bronze axe. Now that is actually a really good drop, because I've been holding on to this tin ore in my inventory to try and get some copper ore, so that I'd actually be able to make a bronze bar and eventually an axe, but now I could just skip that step. I don't actually have to go out to Lumbridge now to do woodcutting, because that's the only way I thought I was getting an axe. Oh, there we go. We have a lore rune on the account. Oh, that is it. Oh, so good. we can now leave and come back. And yeah, that is it for the account, for the first episode. We managed to get a lore rune, which means that we can leave Varrock and come back whenever we want, which is super cool. Yeah, obviously, as I mentioned at the start of the video, and I'll just reiterate it now, these clips are quite old. I've been playing the account now for about a year now that I'm editing it. So, yeah, I just hope you guys are patient with some of the progress, because it does get a lot more interesting the further the account gets in. But I hope this was somewhat interesting, just using the mechanics of a city to be able to get to a lore rune, and we can start really working through some really more interesting goals. So basically the only reason I'm doing this is for my own enjoyment, but hopefully some other people can enjoy the series along the way. So if you made it this far, thank you very much for watching. It really means a lot. If you put the subscribe bell, then you'll see when my channel goes live, but I don't really care that much. As long as you want to watch it, that's really all it's about. So yeah, have a great day, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode, which should not be too long in the future, because I've just got to edit it. All the clips are done for probably about 12-13 episodes, I would say. So yeah, see you then.